up, y'all? It's your girl NiaOlivia, back with another video. And in this video, I am going to be sharing 8 first date ideas. I'm also going to be including some budget-friendly options. Yay! You want to have the opportunity to get to know someone, but you also want to make sure that you are enjoying yourself. So that means that you've got to pick a great environment for this to happen. My channel is all about creating content that's related to lifestyle, related to positive relationships, fashion, just living your best life. So if you're interested in any of those things, make sure you check out some of my other content. Let's get into this video. First idea is a festival or a carnival. And of course, this is going to depend on the actual season that's going on. But I live in Atlanta and there's always different festivals going on throughout the actual year. Also, the carnival is a really cool idea too because there are games there. You guys are like moving around. It's a really active date. I will preface this with saying that when it comes to going on a first date with someone, you want to make sure that you are going somewhere that both of you have an interest in going. At a carnival or a festival, you have games that you might be able to play. You get to taste different types of foods. Really just being able to have different experiences with each other for the first time. You can also see, is this person courteous to the people that are around? Are they just like pushing through the crowd, or are they saying excuse me when they're moving around? I mean, there's just a lot of things that you can observe during this time, as well as get a real feel for their personality. And it's definitely a date that this person is not going to forget. Just wanted to let y'all know that I have a video on first date expectations, and I'm going to link that above. Remember that you are collecting data right now, so this is the perfect time for you to be able to observe this person. I listen to R.C. Blake's and a lot of other dating coaches that are on YouTube, and one of the things that they all continuously say is that you are collecting data. Second option for a date is an arcade. I love playing games, but there are so many different things that you can do in an arcade. You might be able to actually have drinks first. A lot of arcades have bars in them now. Bowling perhaps, pool tables. They might have all kinds of different games. And so this is definitely a time where you all can be competitive with each other, or you can just kind of sit down and chill with each other in a really cool atmosphere. Now, if you're looking for something budget friendly for this one, I would say just taking someone to a pool hall. I'm the type with the pool hall where, you know, it's kind of nice to get the pointers from the guy, and he's like, oh, you know, you can hit it like this or you can do that. And then if he actually gives me some good pointers and then I kill the shot, it's like, okay, cool. Look at us kind of like having teamwork. Also, I get those pointers and then I turn around and end up winning the game. And that's always like the icing on the cake. If you're getting value out of this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button. I would truly appreciate it. My third option for a date, like a super cool first date idea, would be a baseball game. So just thinking about this, typically baseball tickets are not as expensive as taking someone to like an NBA game or to a football game. Now keep in mind, I'm not a sports fan, but I do like going to sporting events. I remember a guy took me to a baseball game for a first date, and that's always stayed in my mind. It was just so neat, like walking into the stadium. I remember we had like some cocktails before we even sat down, and then he was like telling me different things about the game that I didn't know. Even though I grew up in St. Louis and it's a big like baseball town, I hadn't been to a baseball game in a really long time. The neat thing about Atlanta is that we have SunTrust Park. So within the park, there's the stadium, but there's also a bunch of different restaurants, shopping places, just cool things to do. So even if you don't go to the actual game, typically by stadiums, there are a lot of other things or activities that you might be able to do. I'm not a Braves fan, but I am a Cardinals fan, and I can enjoy a good sporting. Next ideas for first dates. I have some great ideas that are budget friendly. You could go to a park, you could do hiking, you could go to a beach. Now, I will say that you have to make sure that someone is actually going to enjoy a date like that. Everyone's not an outdoorsy type of person, as well as it just kind of depends on the weather. Now, I will say this for the ladies. If you do go on a hiking date, walking date, anything of that nature, make sure you have some essentials with you. I know me, I like to, have on my eyelashes and stuff like that, but when that wind is blowing, okay, your eyelashes can get to moving. So make sure that you have those down solid before you leave your house. Also, make sure to take like an allergy pill so you won't be sneezing and everything. I have like the worst allergies ever. Make sure you have tissue as well. Again, when the wind starts blowing, you're sneezing or coughing or anything like that, you want to make sure you have all of your essentials on deck. But those types of dates can be really awesome because it's like you're going on an adventure with someone. And you also are getting to see, is this person into doing physically fit activities? I know that working out and taking care of my body is super important to me. So whatever man I choose to date, he's got to also be into an active lifestyle. Also, if you live in Atlanta, the Beltline is one of the best places for you to like walk. Now, if it's too hot, it can be kind of rough, but the Beltline is awesome because you're able to actually walk, and then there are different like restaurants and stopping points along the way. There's actually art and everything. Like there's just so many interesting things that are around the Beltline. So I definitely recommend that as a cool place to go on a first date. And there's so many things. You can look at the architecture that can be conversation starters for you and that person. Another option is dinner. And hold up, wait, let me explain why I'm putting dinner on the list. I say dinner because, or it could be lunch, you all could try a new restaurant. It could be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, okay? You can try a restaurant that neither one of you has been to before, okay? This is y'all having that first experience together. Then you all have some great talking points because number one, you're looking at the restaurant, what's the ambiance like, you're checking out the menu options, discussing what you're going to eat. It's just something that can be kind of exciting and not as dull as if you go to a restaurant that both of you all have been to before, and then it's just like kind of crickets going on. So I have no problem doing dinner dates for first dates. I know for some people, again, it can be a little bit awkward, but that's why I say try going to a restaurant you've never been before. I actually have a list of restaurants I want to try, and so I try to go to a different restaurant like every month. I have a girlfriend and we do this together, so you don't even always have to do it on a first date, but just try out some different restaurants. And so we'll try out different restaurants, different areas, and it's always super fun. Like you could just make a list in your phone, keep that as a running list, and as you go down these first dates, boom, 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 hey, hit up some of those restaurants. My next option for you is a lounge or a bar. And again, this has to do with the person that you're going out on a date with. Going to a bar, you all can have some quick drinks, keep it moving. One of my favorite bars here in Atlanta is Bar Vegan. It's actually inside of Ponce City Market. And so it's a very different type of atmosphere and the music isn't too loud. So that's the main thing. If you're going to go to a lounge with someone, make sure it's not anywhere where the music is going to be like crazy loud so that you all can still, connect with one another. And you can definitely look at the reviews for places. Whenever I'm deciding where to go, I'm checking Google reviews, I'm reading through, seeing what people say, and that really gives you a good perspective on what type of environment that place is going to have. Again, if you're looking for a budget-friendly option, then maybe you want to actually put some drinks together and you guys could just kind of walk and have some drinks that aren't going to be like super expensive or whatever. You could purchase it before. It doesn't have to be alcoholic drinks or anything like that. For my creative people, I got you. So a great idea is to do like a sip and paint, or if you go to one of the places where you actually get to make pottery. I've actually never been to one of those places for a date, so that's somewhere that I want to go. But you get to be like, arts and crafty. Like, is that term? I don't know. But you get to show your artsy side around someone. And that can always be interesting. And you know, you guys can see like what you all are able to create in that moment. And then a lot of those like sip and paint things usually have like DJs there. So it's kind of exciting and everything. It's not just sitting there and just painting, but you got the atmosphere as well. So definitely look up those options in your city. If you were to do a video chat date with someone, but you all had a plan for the video chat, where you all were gonna play like with the relationship cards. There are several different kinds. I'm not gonna name any actual brands right now because I can't think of them, but I know I have some. But definitely like playing those relationship cards, asking each other questions, that always sparks great conversation. And again, you are within the safety of your home. It's important to video chat with people because when you video chat with people, you can get an idea if you even want to have a first date. I know I video chatted with someone before and realized, you know what, this isn't even a person I really want to go out with. So this is great that we had this opportunity because it's definitely a no. Another cool spot that you could go to is a gaming place. And when I say a gaming place, I mean there are places that you can go to where they have Monopoly, like checkers, what's the space game, like Spaceship, Starship, you know, where you're like moving the ships around and everything like that. But they actually have all those kinds of games. And so you sit at a table, you get to pick out a game, and then you all can play together. That is a fun thing to do, and it definitely sparks lots of conversation. As you guys can see, I keep mentioning what? Conversation. You don't want there to be crickets on your first date. I need your help. In the comments section, tell me where you think are some great places to go for a successful first date. Where have you been that's really like stuck out in your mind and you're like, you know what, this was a great idea, where you really got to know a person and you also enjoyed yourself. So please make sure you leave those in the comments section. And again, thank you so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Remember, be blessed. If you want to connect with me on any other platforms, my Instagram is NiaOlivia now.